The shots were coming from the house. I needed to distract the shooter so Georges could run through. The place looked run down and deserted. Parts of the wall had fallen down. A helmet on a pole? Always useful. I just hope this works. Are you ready?
Can't wait.
Go!
Oh no. I'd made it without getting shot, but I sure didn't feel lucky. Somehow I had to distract the shooter again, and this time I was on my own. With a ghost from the past giving me an evil stare. Oh, heck! The apples were bruised. That's so. Oh boy, you're gonna love this. I distracted the goat, but it wouldn't take him long to eat that apple. I still wasn't going to get near the car. Maybe the big pile of juicy apples over there was a better distraction. Go on, eat this, boy. The goat couldn't reach the apple pile. Now then, old fella, you don't mind if I move your tire, do ya? No, 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 no! Call me a hoarder, but I wasn't giving that to them. The crumbling fountain wouldn't provide me with any cover. Hey, Mr. Goat. Look what I got for you. I was hoping the goat would be more friendly now. Now then, old fella, you don't mind if I... No. You want another apple, old fella? But it wouldn't take him long to eat that apple. The goat now had a whole pile of apples to tuck into. I tossed him my last apple. Even while he was eating, the goat had his eye on me. That would be pointless. That wouldn't have... A pile of old brandy bottles had been discarded behind the car. The old car was riddled with bullet holes. Even while he was eating, the goat had turned away, and I decided... The goat had turned away. Even while he was eating, the goat had his eye on me. I wanted to get closer to the house, but the shooter wasn't going to let me. The crumbling fountain wouldn't... The old tree offered cover from the shooter. I'd moved the tire further away from the car. They didn't. Not a snowball's. The goat had turned away. The view was beautiful. Even while it I only had a few minutes. Never. Not a snow. Well, that didn't work. That was. I needed a better idea. Hey, what? Whoa! Nope, I needed to try something else. The old car had been abandoned long ago. The old car had been abandoned long ago. The goat was eating, but he still kept an eye on me. That would be pointless. Nope. The goat had turned away. The old tree. I'd moved the tire further away from the car. I wasn't going to frighten the shooter with his own reflection. I'd blinded the shooter. Time to make a dash for it.
Don't think I can't see you, senor. If you so much as move an inch, I shall shoot you.
That would be pointless.
Don't move.
I was just gonna get...
I said, don't move.
I was just gonna...
I said,
Senor, please! Whoever you are, hold your fire! I'm not armed!
good. That makes it easier for me to shoot you.
My name is George Stobart. I'm a friend!
I have no friends.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. Please, put the gun down.
No. Leave now, or I shoot.
All we want is a quick look inside the Castel.
I don't believe you. You are here to kill Senor Marquez.
Senor Marquez? He's alive? Well, he'll vouch for us.
You don't fool me like that. Get out of here before I kill you.
Senor Marquez knows me, I swear.
And I know a lie when I hear one. Go now, or I shoot.
Wait, I have important information.
Vostè, venghi a mí.
Do you understand what I am saying?
Try saying it and let's see.
Ah, well, I'm George Stobart, and I come in peace. Do you mind putting that down? I've had a really bad day.
Guns don't agree with you?
No, and neither do goats. I've got bruises in places that, well, you know, places.
So leave.
We're here looking for something.
Well, go look for it somewhere else.
We were helping a man called Marquez in Paris.
He is my father.
I could see where she inherited her temperament. Your father? Well, he's our friend.
Why should I believe you? Show me proof.
I have your father's medallion.
So you're a thief too, huh?
Look at this photo.
It's old. Do I care?
We tracked down his painting, La Maledictio. Look.
Where did you get this?
In London.
All right. You better come with me, but no funny business, okay?
You know, you sound just like my friend Nico. Nico!
What's going on, Ramon? Who's out there?
Some crazy American. Don't worry. Eva will deal with him.
Papa. These people want to talk to you.
Eva, I thought we agreed to shoot intruders on sight. You... How did you find me?
It wasn't easy, senor.
We thought you were dead.
You were wrong.
They've brought you something, Papa.
Can it be? At last, La Maledictio.
Well, Senor Marquez, looks like La Maledictio hangs in its right place again.
Indeed. I have waited all my life for this, but
Something interesting?
the painting, it is different. The face in the middle.
The one with the symbol of the Tabula Veritatis on it?
How do you know about the tabula?
A priest told me. Said it was the devil's work.
Pah! Priests, full of lies, every one of them.
Oh, really? Well, this priest said that the tabula was an instrument to raise the devil.
Fool! Who would want to raise the devil?
But you do want to find the tabula.
Yes, Because it is a Gnostic treasure. It is special, and my duty is to keep it safe.
I was sure that Marquez still wasn't telling me the whole truth. And now?
I shall decipher the painting and find the tabula. Before she died, my mother said that once the painting hung here again, its meaning would become clear, and the route to the tabula would be revealed.
So, what's the answer? Where's the tabula?
I don't know. The room has changed.
Was there something different about the room back then?
No. Yes. I don't know. You must help me.
Well, how? I'm not a Gnostic.
Senor, you must, because soon the Russian will be here.
He knows about Castel del Sans?
I regret, senor, that in Paris I told his sidekick a little too much.
Ah, well, I guess we'd better figure this out. And fast.
I'll go and keep watch.
Shoot on sight, remember.
Well, Nico, what now?
You try and work out just why the painting has to be in this room. I'll go and see if Eva knows anything.
Whether he knew it or not, I was sure Marquez had the answers. Senor Marquez?
Mr. Stobart?
If we're going to find the tabula,
Yes?
then you will have to help.
Of course.
I mean, by being totally honest with us.
When have I not been honest?
Why is the Tabula Veritatis so important to the Gnostics?
It is an object of immense power. My ancestors kept it safe for hundreds of years. They brought it to Catalonia as exiles long ago. In any generation, only one Gnostic knows its exact location. My father, Xavier, was the last of these. He knew dark forces were gathering, but I was too young to learn the secret. So he commissioned La Maledicción, embedding clues to the location of the tabula within the painting.
When were you last here, Senor?
Not since that day when my father was killed.
So why did the painting bring us here?
As I said, because only here in this room will its clues become clear.
Tell me about the painting.
When I was a child, I would stand here for hours just staring at it. Who was the mysterious painter, the Serpent? And what did it mean, La Maledicción, the curse? I asked my father, but he just told me to be patient. He said that one day I would know everything.
Why would a Dominican priest, Father Simeon, describe the Gnostics as evil?
That order was founded specifically to fight heresy and to eradicate Gnosticism. Behind their backs, the Dominicans were nicknamed the Dominicanes, or Hounds of God. For years, these dogs hunted down and butchered my people. They called us heretics, but in truth, they sought to find and seize the tabula.
But what is the tabula? What does it do?
I do not know. I know only that in the wrong hands, it would be catastrophic for mankind.
Senor, can you decipher any of the painting?
The Tower of Saints, of course. I knew it was a Castel. And the saints themselves are Gnostic. You see the woman in red?
The one you marked in the photo?
She is Mary Magdalene. We revere her as Christ's greatest disciple. The rest, I don't know.
The symbol on the face, it is obviously the tabula.
But the elements around it, I don't know.
So, Eva is your daughter?
She was a gift from God, late in my life. One day she will find room for Gnosticism in her heart, I am sure of it.
What happened back in Paris? We thought you were dead.
A man came to the apartment looking for Miss Collard. He mentioned a stolen painting owned by a Russian. Obviously, I informed him that I was the true owner.
Obviously.
Next thing I knew, this thug had me pinned to a chair and was threatening to shoot me. So I told him of the Castel, and while he telephoned his boss, I hit him with the little China dog.
Guess he didn't know you were the pugnacious type. I think this is yours.
My medallion? Where did you find it?
It was left in Nico's neighbor's apartment. Do you want it back?
No, you keep it for now. It has a meaning, a purpose. Perhaps you can find out what.
Sure. Just let me know if you ever want it back. So this is you with your mother and father?
Indeed, taken in this very building many years ago.
Is this one of Nico's photographs of the robbery?
Yes, she gave it to me.
And did you write these notes on it?
Yes, I was trying to solve part of the painting.
Solve?
I never knew what lay in that portion of La Malediccio. The photograph you have of my family, this part of the painting was missing. But once I saw the Tower of Saints, I knew I had to come here, just as you did, senor.
Father Simeon, the Dominican priest, was carrying these papers when he was killed.
So?
You're not interested in him?
I have no interest in priests or their papers, senor.
Take a look at this sketch.
It is the face in La Malediccio.
It was drawn by the man who restored the painting.
Then he knew of the Tabula Veritatis. What other secrets did he uncover?
I don't know, but he's dead now.
Just as well. The fewer that know the secrets of La Malediccio, the better.
I found Medovsky's provenance for La Malediccio.
It is a fake. The painting belongs to my family, senor.
Yeah, we worked that out.
We must find the answer.
Carved into the fireplace was a young man holding an orb. The halo reminded me of the figure in the clouds in La Maledizio. Marquez said that the painting contained clues only a Gnostic could solve. But when it was back in this room, all would become clear. The painting held all the answers. The Tower of Saints had led us to the Castel. I wondered where the other clues would take us. It was the figure of a priest, but with a dog's head. The figure was pointing up at a ring above him. Inside the ring was what looked like an affluent town. A scarred face stared back at me from within the Ouroboros. Hobbes must have uncovered the image when he was restoring the painting. But what did it mean? And what was its link to the Tabula Veritatis? There was a tower within the ring. Maybe it indicated a place? The bearded figure was similar to the one on the fireplace in the hall. I wondered if there was a connection. The orb in the old man's hand glowed with a green light. The figure of the young man was just like the one on the front of the fireplace. It couldn't be a coincidence. The youthful figure held a glowing blue orb in his hand. An old man with a... It was very like... It was an ornate tree carved in bas-relief. Signor, can we talk?
Well, I can. Can you?
What I meant was...
I'm busy.
Ramon sure was a little light in the charm department. There was a crate of brandy amongst all the mess.
So, until you came here, you knew nothing about the Castel?
Didn't know, wasn't interested. I better get back on guard in case anyone else shows up.
Your father needs our help, Eva.
My father needs rest, peace, and quiet. Not more of this Gnostic nonsense.
So, what did you find out?
Not a lot. Eva thinks her father's losing it. She doesn't have much time for Gnosticism. She's never been here before. In fact, Marquez never even talked about the place. As far as I can tell, she and her father never got on. She left home the moment she could.
I don't blame her. So why is she here now?
Marquez begged her, said he was in danger. I guess maybe I'll go inside and have a look around too.
Tell me if you find anything. I'm not having much luck so far. There was a piece of stone on the side of the fountain. It looked like a discarded statue. Hello, Eva.
Signor Stobart.
Please, call me George.
I'd rather not. When are you and your girlfriend leaving?
Actually, she's not my girlfriend.
I don't know what your scam is, Signor. You may have fooled my father, but you don't fool me.
Well, I can sure see where you get your manners from. What do you know about La Malediccio?
My father has been obsessed by it all his life. He thinks it's full of secret messages. I think it's a crock of
Sure you do. Nico tells me you don't really know about Gnosticism.
Don't know, don't care. And I don't need saints and gods telling me how to live my life.
I can see why you and your father don't get along. Tell me about Ramon.
Apparently he worked here when he was a boy. A loyal servant, even though the family left and never came back. More fool him.
Tell me about your father.
When my mother died, he brought me up.
As a Gnostic?
He tried to teach me that stuff, said I had a religious vocation. Turns out I didn't. On my 18th birthday, I left home and never went back.
Anything else about the painting you can tell me?
My father says it has a special connection with this house. From where I stand, this house is a place of murder and violence, which is why I want nothing to do with it.
Tell me about yourself.
I left home as soon as I could, lived a bit, and now I own a bar in Marseille.
That explains why you know how to use a gun.
No, senor. I learned how to use a gun so I could get rid of vermin.
Eva was a real charmer. So, you don't know anything about Gnostics?
They're a religious sect. They belong in the past. My father's obsessed with them, and that's all I know.
This is your family, right?
Looks like it.
Do you know anything about this statue?
I've seen a few of them lying around. I guess the fascists smashed them up in the war.
Do you recognize this?
It's my father's medallion. He said he lost it.
Yeah, he left it in Paris. Do you know anything about it?
When I was a kid, he never let it out of his sight.
Your father scribbled some notes on this photograph.
So, we have the painting. What do you need a bad photograph for?
What do you make of this?
They're sketches of my father's painting.
The artist paid for the knowledge with his life.
Figures. That painting brings bad luck to everyone who gets near it.
Have you seen Medovsky's provenance for the painting?
I plan to shoot this Medovsky on sight. I don't need his paperwork.
Do these notes mean anything to you?
Some old religious texts. So what?
It was an old, weathered sundial. From the dial, I could see that the main doors of the house faced north. From the dial, I could see that the main doors of the house faced north. Hey, Eva.
Signor?
Anything else about your father you can tell us?
His head is full of superstitious nonsense. Don't encourage him.
Anything else about Ramon?
My father won't hear a bad word against him.
What else can you tell me about yourself?
I know a scam artist when I see one.
You're quite the conversationalist, aren't you?
Don't push your luck, Signor Stobart. The minute my father is finished with you, you start walking.
Anything else about the painting you can tell me?
My father says it has a special... From where I stand, this house is a place of murder and violence, which is why I want nothing to do with it.
Any more thoughts on the statues?
They're just old stones.
She wouldn't want to see it. I have this aftershave. What do you think?
I think you should keep it to yourself.
What is that?
It's an old statue. I think it might help to code the painting.
I'll take a look. Maybe I can help. This door's locked anyway.
There were spent bullet casings lying amongst the rubble. What exactly happened here? There were spent... That was... The door was locked. It looked like this part of the castell had taken some damage. The end of the passage was blocked off with rubble. It was a shield on which heraldic symbols had been painted. The scroll below the shield read Berga. The scroll under the shield read Olot. The scroll beneath the shield read Figueres. The bookcase held an assortment of ancient books. The stone fireplace was old and dusty. It looked like it had lain undisturbed for decades. La maledizio. But the scroll below the shield read Girona. What are you thinking, Nico?
The fireplace. It looks familiar.
You're right. You know what?
In Marquez's photo, his family was standing in front of it.
That was There was no fuel to light in the fireplace. Just dust and a few spiders. That Senor Marquez? Eva isn't a Gnostic?
As a child, she was shown the truth that is Gnosticism, but she has not chosen its path.
So, you're the good guys?
Good and evil are meaningless terms. We strive simply to maintain balance and keep the tabula from those who seek to exploit it for their own ends.
Take a look at this.
An old statue. It looks like someone used it for target practice.
I found this.
My father had a collection of those.
Do you think the tabula...
Perhaps, who knows? You should get back to it.
I had to get closer before trying that. The statues on the plinth were the same as the ones in the Marquez family photograph. That would... That was... That... The photo was of the Marquez family. Hey, Nico.
Those statues on the fireplace, are you sure they're in the right position?
I'd put some statues above the fireplace, but it was hard to tell if they were the same ones as in Marquez's family photograph. The painting held... Hey, Nico.
Those statues on the fire.
I'd put some statues. Hey, Nico.
Are you sure the statues are both in the right position?
I'd put some statues above the fireplace, but it was hard to tell if they were the same ones as in Marquez's family photograph. On the fireplace behind them were two identical statues. On the fireplace, finally, La Melody. Senor Marquez? Take a look at this.
That statue has seen better days.
Take a look at this.
An old statue. It looks like someone...
Anything else about the photograph you can tell me?
You see, there used to be statues on the mantelpiece. They must have been looted.
Anything else about the painting I should know?
I keep telling you, I don't know.
Nico and I... You really can't...
Truly. We must hurry up and figure this out.
Senor, can we talk?
Well, I'm...
Hey, Eva.
Senor,
Any more thoughts on the statues?
they're just old stones.
Any more thoughts on the statues?
They're just...
This is your
looks like...
Anything else about the...
My father says it from where I stand. Which is why I want...
I'd put some statues of... The statues were facing outward, just like in the Marquez photo. I waited with bated breath for something to happen. Nothing. Hey, Nico.
Are you sure the statues are both in the right position?
The statues on the plinth were the same as the ones in the Marquez family photograph. Hey, Nico.
Are you sure the statue...
The statues on the plinth were the same as the ones in the Marquez family photograph. The carving was like the figure in La Maledizio. Hey, Nico.
Are you sure the statues are both in the right position?
The statues on the plinth were the same as the one. If I looked hard enough, I'd find the answers I needed. The statues on the plinth were the same as the ones in the Marquez family photograph. If I looked hard enough, Inside the ring was a castle gate. I had no idea what it signified. Within the ring, there were a number of houses. It was a village or a small town. The scroll below the shield read Girona. The scroll under the shield read El Pont de Suert. The scroll below the shield read Trent. The scroll... An empty crate... It was a collection of what could only be described as stuff. The bookcase held an assortment of ancient books. The scroll below the shield read Lorette de Mar. The scroll under the shield read Roses. The scroll beneath the shield read Bascara. Senor Marquez? Anything else about the photograph you can tell me?
You see, they're used.
Take a look at this.
Did you?
No, absolutely not.
Good.
I found this.
My father. You should get back to it.
The statues on the plaque. The painting. That was almost a great idea. That wouldn't work. That was... I needed a... The priest appeared. He was pointing down to the ring below him. That wouldn't work. The painting helped. The painting held all the answers. It was the figure of a priest, but with a dog's head. The figure was pointing up at a ring above him. Inside the ring was what looked like an affluent town. The priest appeared to have a padlock through his mouth. He was pointing down to the ring below him. There was a tower within the ring. Hey, Nico.
Are you sure this?
The scroll under the shield read El Pont de Suez. Senor, a word, please?
Of course.
Okay, so
Just not with me.
Senor Marquez? Anything else about the painting I should know?
I keep telling.
Do you think the Tabula Veritata?
Perhaps.
You wrote some...
They are saints, Gnostic saints.
Anything else?
You see, they're used.
Are you sure
I told
they talk?
the words of a doom. We must hurry up and
Hobbs had sketched the face he'd discovered in La Malediccio. It was obviously important, but I had no idea whose face this was supposed to be. The door was locked. There were spent. Nope. That would... That wouldn't have... I held up the medallion to the fireplace. Hold on. I'm waiting to see if...
Nothing happened.
Huh. It was one of those ideas that worked better in theory. That wouldn't work. That... The wind chime was made from old tin cans and other rubbish. There was no way I was going near that goat again. The fountain... The wind chime was made... The stone fireplace was... The carving looked like the bearded man in the painting. It was an ornate... The statues on the plinth were the same as the ones in the Marquez family photograph. That would be point. If I looked hard enough, I'd find it. It was a castle of saints, Castel de Sants, in Catalonia. That would... That wasn't... I needed a... That would be... That wasn't... The figure of the young man was just like the one in the front of the fireplace. The youthful figure held a glowing blue orb in his hand. Inside the ring was a castle gate. I had no idea what it signified.
What is this? A staircase. I never knew. We must go up. We don't have much time. Stairs. Always stairs.
Oh my God, look at this.
Jules? Jules? What's this? A piece of burnt paper with the word Wolfram. That sounds familiar.
Wolfram. I curse that name forever.
What do you know about Wolfram, senor?
Wolfram. I spit on the name.
So you have lived here for a long time?
All my life. My father served here before me. In fact, he named me after Senor Xavier's favorite saint, Saint Ramon, patron saint of the falsely accused.
That's nice.
Not really. The Moors put a padlock through his mouth.
Oh, I see. Well, I guess there's a lesson there for all of us. What is Wolfram?
It was a mining company run by a murdering swine called Ganon. In the Civil War, they backed the fascists. In return, Ganon was given soldiers to do his dirty work. They came here, brought their bloody war to this house, and killed Senor Xavier.
They shot Xavier? Senor Marquez's father?
I was just a boy, but I remember like it was yesterday. Shot him and his friend Hernandez like animals.
Why did they come here?
They were searching for something, but they brought death with them. But there is one thing I have never understood. Xavier tried to escape through the library. But the library windows are barred. It is a dead end.
This Kenan, who was he?
He was Swiss, a businessman, and a murdering swine.
What did he want here?
I don't know. When he wasn't torturing the locals, he disappeared to the library. Spent weeks in there, making notes and studying maps. His men, they crossed the whole of Catalonia searching for something.
Did they find it?
Who knows? One day, Ganon just disappeared. He never came back. An accident, perhaps, in the mountains. May his soul rot in hell. The soldiers didn't stay long to search for him. They hated him too.
The name Genan was familiar. Here was the person who had tried to buy La Maledicción. A coincidence? Perhaps.
There is no such thing as coincidence.
So, when the soldiers left, you took back the house?
Yes. A few years later I returned and cleaned the place up. It broke my heart. I locked the library. I could not bear to touch Ganon's papers.
Can I have a look at the library?
No, I have kept it locked to honor the memory of Senor Xavier.
Please, this is important.
I lost the key.
You lost it?
That evening when I locked it up, I drank to the memory of Senor Xavier. The cellars were well stocked, Senora. It was a long night. I hid the key, then forgot where I hid it, so it is lost. That was all that was left in the morning. I haven't touched a drop since.
I needed to find out what Ganon had been working on in that library. George, are you there? The grate had locked back into place. Eva, I am glad your father is safe.
He's old and foolish. He shouldn't be here, but he wouldn't listen to me. I suppose he's still going on about that painting.
Well, yes. In fact, we decoded it.
You did?
Yes, we found a secret passage behind the fireplace.
What?
Your father and Georges went in.
What? That's ridiculous. He's an old man.
Don't worry, Georges knows what he's doing. So he always tells me anyway. Have you ever been inside the library?
No, I'm told it is locked.
The key is lost. Ramon says he hid it years ago and cannot remember where.
Shame.
Your father is looking very frail.
He's old, and he could do without people giving him the runaround chasing lost treasure.
I didn't think she'd be interested. I didn't think... Can you think of anywhere, Ramon?
What do you think I am, psychic?
Seen anything suspicious?
Apart from you and your American boyfriend, no.
He's not my boyfriend, you know.
Whatever.
Talk to you later. The fountain had dropped. An old pair of shoes. The floor of the car was littered with keys from sardine cans. A 5T71. Extraordinary. In amongst the rubbish on the car floor was an old brandy bottle. Someone had been sleeping in the car, but long, long ago. I picked up what looked like an old diary. It was Ramon's. The library will forever be a shrine. No one will enter. I shall hide the key in a safe place. Once I've eaten. I have just what I need and know what to do. Oh, beautiful lady, your eyes are so blue. I just can't stop thinking of you. Ramon was quite the budding poet. Our lives are entwined like ivy on a tree. That is what you mean to me. Nice. Hey, I was reading that. The inside of the car was in a bad state. The dashboard seemed intact, but this old family car would never drive again. Someone had been... Have you no respect for great art? Pretty indigestible, huh? A heap of old... Ramon must have been in a car on that night all those years ago. The goat had seemed unnecessary. Hello, little one. A pile looked like the goat had been eating lots of them. I just had a look at that old car in the garden. Looks like someone slept in it.
Me. When I returned, I couldn't bear the house at night. So I slept in the car.
So you have...
All I remember is waking up in the old car.
Does this mean anything to you?
Should it?
The wind chime looked... I wondered if it was Ramon's handiwork. Despite the scrap components, the wind chime was beautiful. It was uncanny. One old sardine can was bulging slightly. I fished around. There was something in it. And there it was, the key to the library. Ramon had been true to his word. This place was like a shrine. The table had been cleared. An empty frame rested against the wall. When they left, Genad's soldiers probably took everything of value. The old armor was in pride of place. Genad clearly hadn't moved it. The tapestry had been flung to one side. Ramon was right. The window was barred. I wondered why Xavier Marquez had tried to escape through the library. The trunk contained someone's personal possessions. At a guess, Genan's. I wondered what secrets they might hold. A pair of well-worn boots. The map had interesting markings and scribbles all over it. George would be so jealous.
So, what is this place, senor?
It is my family's chapel.
It's not like any chapel I ever saw. Where's the altar, the crucifix, the Christian symbols? And this fresco, what's that?
How extraordinary. It tells a story. It depicts the journey of my ancestors, the Cathars, and their escape from the hilltop fortress of Montsegur with the Tabula Veritatis, from under the very noses of the soldiers of the Albigensian Crusade.
Whoa, wait a minute. Who are the Cathars? And what have they got to do with the tabula?
The Cathars were Gnostics. They lived in the south of France in the 12th century, at peace with the Jews and the Catholics of the Languedoc. They preached that men and women are equal, that God is within you, and that the Church is an obstacle to salvation. The Pope found their core beliefs abhorrent. The Cathars accused him and his Church of corruption. He condemned them as heretics. When the Pope learned that they were the guardians of the Tabula Veritatis, he conspired with the King of France and called for a holy war to wipe them out. The Albigensian Crusade was a callous, ruthless massacre. The final confrontation took place here at Montsegur in 1244. The Crusaders believed that they had slaughtered all the heretics, but a handful managed to escape with the tabula. They traveled south across the Pyrenees along secret trails. They brought the tabula here to Catalonia to be hidden once more. Sadly, it was not the end of their trials. The Spanish Inquisition saw to that. Nevertheless, for generations, my ancestors continued to guard the secret of the tabula. So, you understand why La Maledizio is important to me. It will lead us to the tabula again, so we can keep it safe from those who wish to abuse its power.
The painting brought us up here, senor. We need to find out why.